Hello there, welcome to Module 3, Week 7. We're going to do a 2-week module and then we're going to take our 1-week GOA break so we can rest, restore, spend some good time with our family and friends, then come back and do the next part of the semester. So this 2-week module is on resilience, grit, and growth mindset. And I know you've been exposed to these theories before, but when we look at it during this unit, I really want us to think about how sometimes life challenges can really hit a piece of vulnerability for us where we really start to question, am I good enough? Can I do this? Can I take on this challenge? And what we're really going to explore is what do we have to do inside of ourselves to be willing to take risk when maybe our self-protection, our defense mechanisms want us to be no, I'm not gonna even try that. That seems hard. That seems outside of my scope of understanding. I'm just not gonna even go there. Because the truth is, anything meaningful in life is gonna require us to push ourselves. Nothing that's gonna be that meaningful to us is gonna come easy. That's just the way it is. And so it is best for us really to learn how to sit with the fears and vulnerabilities and insecurities of whether or not we can accomplish something and do and go in spite of it. We know anxiety rates among teenagers skyrocketing, higher than we've seen it ever. And so anxiety can really make you feel like you can't do something. And a lot of times anxiety feeds us distortions, things that actually aren't true. It can create fears in us that we are worth kind of pushing it through, and that's what this module is going to be all about. So we're going to be talking about the value of struggle, but also what is going on in the brain when really we push ourselves through struggle. So I look forward to seeing what you do with this work. We're going to start off with a check-in that invites us to think compassionately towards ourselves during times of struggle and vulnerability. It's interesting to think that the real key to pushing ourselves isn't just being one of those coaches that yells and screams. In fact, pushing ourselves, our best bet at pushing ourselves is if we do it in a compassionate way, recognizing that something is hard, recognizing that we are really struggling, recognizing that there's fear, being able to hold those things and accept them while we push through. And so we're going to do an exercise on cultivating self-compassion. At the end of this week, you are going to be solidifying who you're going to interview for the Catalyst Expedition project. Remember, I'm going to talk you through it real quick so that we're really working to build an understanding of what this project is all about. You're working to identify a group in the world that you recognize struggles in some way. This could be people who have had to live through war. This could be people who go through domestic violence situations, people who live under the poverty line and struggle with food security. You identify a group of people, and then you're going to identify a positive psychology practice theory that could help ease some of the suffering. It's not going to fix their problems, it's not going to cause it, but if there's anything that we've learned this semester, it's that these little practices can ease some suffering and can make life a little bit easier. And then you're going to, later on in the semester, you're going to figure out what's the best vehicle for delivering that practice to this group. Is it a 4-week support group? Is it an application on a computer? Is it a journaling book, a whole book for journaling? It's going to be something rather big. It's not just giving them one practice. You're going to build something out that's pretty extensive, and then you're going to share that with a ton of people at the Catalyst Expedition project. So it's really important that you build something that you're proud of, because over 1,000 people will be part of this project and we'll be checking out each other's work, which is pretty massive and valuable. Okay, so that is an overview of this unit and our work this week. So one thing that I, as you're gonna do this check-in where you are extending compassion towards yourself, I wanna also ask you for the question of the week, who is a group of people that you also feel compassionate towards? Maybe it's just one person, maybe you encountered something this week that really caused you to feel deeply. I came home last night from work, and my daughter, who has a whole week off from school from Mardi Gras, was sitting on the couch watching The Hate U Give, and I kind of got sucked back in, although I've seen the movie already. And I just found myself for the rest of the evening thinking of families who are victims of gun violence, where a family member has been lost. And it just really got to me, and I just found myself over and over thinking about what that must be like. So maybe it's one person, maybe it's somebody sitting next to you in math class that really you felt compassion towards this week. Look forward to hearing what you have to say.